Hey everyone, it's Pearson. I'm so blessed to have been crowned 2026 Miss Jabberwock, and I just want to say thank you so much to everyone who has supported me with fundraisers or just donations in general and everything, including my parents and also Sasha for using her platform and also helping me as well. Just thank you so much. All glory to God. Thank you.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the Legal Score. I am your host, Sonja Pearson. I hope everyone is having an amazing night. I am live, so when you see the little red button up in the top left corner of your screen, come on and say hello. Let me know where you're watching from. Welcome to my new YouTube subscribers. Thank you so much for joining the Legal Score, formerly Prim and Proper Sports. We are effectively in full name swing mode. I am not an attorney. All opinions expressed are that of my own. I will be speaking about sports tonight on my normal Wednesday show. On Saturday at 4 p.m., I have an all dedicated show, Eastern Standard Time, 4 p.m., to legal and current events. And I welcome all of you to join me and to discuss what's going on in your neck of the woods and any topics you are interested in me showing. I'd like to give a shout out to Pink Fan Fur for all the promos and for Brian B.A. Arndt, who does all the theme songs and everything. And of course, you heard it here first. Congratulations to my niece, Pearson Haley Jones, who was crowned Miss Jabberwock 2026 on Sunday for the High Point, North Carolina chapter of Delta Sigma Theta Incorporated. So, congratulations to Pearson. And thank you so much to all of you who have supported her through thoughts, prayers, as well as financial support as she did this huge fundraiser for a scholarship. We've been doing this since December, and I know that her parents, Anissa and JT Jones, are definitely glad this is behind us. I know Pearson is glad that it's behind her, that she's won, and I am definitely glad as well. But we'll be giving those of you who are joining us a little late an opportunity to hear that. Thank you again around the halfway point. And make sure you stay tuned here to McGrath Podcast Network for shows throughout. We have a lot of new shows, y'all, including some movie reviews. The BW show is with James and Brian, who do movies. You can actually ask them what movies to review. No movies too old or too new to be reviewed, as long as it has been viewed by the public. Like, it's not a private or anything. But anyway, all right, guys. So let me go ahead and jump over here to these comments. Thank you guys for joining me tonight. Hey, what's up, McGrath Network? And hello to Pac Bay. Thank you so much, Yoli, for joining me. Okay, she done change herself to Pac Bay. And thank you. Yes, congratulations to Pearson are in order. And hello, Caleb. Um, Thank you so much for joining us tonight. You have been flagged, sir, because that comment is with profanity. We don't do that here. All right, let's talk to my Panthers family first. I'm going to be talking about tonight NFL, NBA, and MLB news. And you guys know it is what? March Madness will be kicking off here. Or should I say tossing off here really soon? Let's go, Duke. But before I go into all of that, the big news today came out of Carolina. The Keep Pounding off-season updates continue, you guys. The big trade, Andy Dalton, the backup quarterback for the Carolina Panthers for the last several seasons behind Bryce Young. Even saw some debut time there when Bryce took a sabbatical, I like to say. He has been traded to the Philadelphia Eagles. Now, this afternoon. Adam Schefter confirmed this, that the AP confirmation came through that the Panthers have traded the veteran quarterback Andy Dalton to the Philadelphia Eagles. This is going to be a 2027 seventh round draft pick. So not this year, but next year towards the end of the draft, the Panthers will receive that selection courtesy of this trade. With the recent signing of Kenny Pickett, our new quarterback backup, you guys had to know that this was forthcoming. I actually talked about this last Friday, on Friday with the fellas, that I saw this coming, and it has come to fruition. Kenny Pickett, of course, solidified a 1-year deal, and the Panthers actually are feeling comfortable with moving on from now 38-year-old Andy Dalton. A red rifle just doesn't seem to always have the ammunition we're looking for. So this is going to serve for Kenny Pickett to serve in that number 2 role without an issue, being the primary backup to Bryce Young while adding a future asset to this team. Another backfill addition, A.J. Dillon, guys. You guys know that name, the running back guru. Heavy run game. In fact, signed with the Panthers, 1-year deal with him. The contract, he's expected to provide short yardage and goal line support for Chuba Hubbard. You guys know Rico Dowdle is no longer with us. So we're definitely looking forward to A.J. Dillon. Big name there coming into Carolina. I'm super excited about that. And Jonathan Brooks, y'all, we just have not seen what we thought we were going to get. This is now going into the third season since he signed with us. Of course, he signed, was injured, did not play, came back the second season, played, and the entire medical team, for the most part, was relieved of their duties because he was cleared too early and got re-injured. So this brings in Trevor Shane. Let me get his name correct because I heard that it's not Etienne, you guys. His brother's like, it's Shane. Now that he's going back to the Bayou State, he's making sure from Jacksonville that he's getting the pronunciation correct. So Trevor's Shane. Dillon, of course, is adding a veteran presence to the backfield. And this is because Rico Dowdle, as I said to you guys, has gone on to the Steelers. Key defensive and special teams re-signing in Charlotte that were really big. Dan Morgan, of course, been busy retaining his guys to ensure continuity for the team. Travis Gibson, the offensive linebacker, re-signed to a 1-year deal. He was a midseason spark, y'all, and then it kind of just fizzled out. But he was coming from the 49ers and is expected to have a more expanded role in our new season. Sam Martin, the punter, the veteran punter, returns on a 2-year deal now. Instead of, a lot of teams are giving 1-year deals, and I do not fault them because with injuries and performance, you just don't know what you're getting when you're signing these big name players. So the Panthers are playing it smart, but with the punter position, they went ahead and decided to give Sam Martin 2 years instead of 1. And he was a top 10 punter last season, landing 27 punts inside the 20-yard line. So that's a big sign for the Panthers. James Mitchell, the tight end, re-signed for 1 year. Guys, he provides critical depth behind Jatavian Sanders. And Nick Scott, the safety, is officially back on a 1-year contract. He's coming off of a career-high 111 tackle seasons and is projected starter alongside Trevon Mooring. So offensive line stability, Rasheed Walker, signing of the former Packers and Saints tackle is now official. This is a massive insurance policy for the Panthers for the left tackle spot, while Ekwan continues his rehab from a torn patella tendon. So you just got to look at it like that. This is like literally a new identity for the Panthers, feeling ourselves after the maturation of the team and going into the playoffs last season. No matter how we got there, we got there. And so this season, they want to make sure that, listen, we don't want no ifs, ands, or buts about it. We want to make sure everyone knows we have earned our spot there. So look for the Panthers to be really solid on both sides of the ball. And look at it. If you're looking at the Panthers roster today versus 48 hours ago, y'all, you see a team obsessed with depth and competition. By moving Andy Dalton away today and, getting that 7th round pick in 2027, it kind of signifying for the team that we're moving forward in progressive nature as well. Confidence that Bryce Young needs. And this is going to be awesome with Kenny Pickett coming to the table. On the defensive side, $120 million has been invested in the Panthers defense, with Jalen Phillips reported earlier this week. He's now paired with the return of Travis Gibson and Nick Scott. And this is just not a rebuild anymore for Carolina. Like we were doing that the last 2 seasons, y'all. We are now no longer going to be 8-9. You heard it here first. And even though we led the NFC South and got the title, that is just not going to cut it for us. Barely going back to the 500 mark. We're talking about going upward. And this was our first move since 2017. So we are capitalizing upon those strengths and moving forward. So congratulations to the Panthers. Congratulations to Andy Dalton for landing with the Eagles, whatever that situation looks like, because he still has a lot of playing in him. And so it's going to be interesting to see what he does up there with Jalen. So Jalen, excuse me. I thought I said Jalen, but I want to make sure you guys know who I'm talking about. All right. So high activity trade window has been going down. Uptick in trades, according to Adam Schefter. I follow him on all the socials. Teams are repositioning themselves following initial free agency wave. Chicago Bears, under second-year head coach Ben Johnson, Bears are being touted now as Super Bowl contenders, y'all, for 61 is what they're talking about. Potential trade candidates floating around. Wide receiver, of course, DJ Moore, already traded. Defensive tackle Gervon Dexter and running back DeAndre Swift. Bold predictions, analysis are coming in saying the Bears are going to be over the Bills in a Super Bowl matchup. They're projecting that the Bills are going to do this with all the people they've brought in for the 2026 season. And this is going to look on what Caleb Williams is going to be looking like. It's predicated on his development with the team. NFL is reportedly contemplating expanding the trade window, guys, because it's so busy right now in this one time period. They're thinking about contemplating expanding the trade window for future draft picks, currently limited to 3 years out. Discussions are underway to actually allow teams to trade picks further into the future, similar to the NBA's long-term asset management style. So, I mean, you just got to look at it. Early analysis of 2026 schedule suggests it's going to be a lot of holiday matchups that you guys are going to not want to miss, and international games. We know about those. Going to continue to be a primary focus for the league's expansion strategy. Now, this is my thing. The Cardinals and Panthers are kicking off the Hall of Fame game August 6, 2026 in Canton. Super excited to see Roger Staubach, Larry Fitzgerald, Drew Brees, and Adam Vinatieri, and of course, Luke Kuechly inducted into the 2026 draft class of the Hall of Fame. I will personally be at that game. I'm so excited. Have been to Canton before when Tony Dungy was enshrined, but did not get an opportunity to see the game. And I did do a tour of the hall itself once everyone's bust was actually in there, and had a really good time. I was invited to guest this time. Got tickets to go to the game, got tickets to go to the enshrinement. And just going to be an amazing weekend. Definitely will be planning to attend the parade as well. And I will be hoping to get a nice close up like I did before, so I can get some really good pictures. And so congratulations to those guys. But that's what's going to kick our season off: Thursday Night Football, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, live from Canton, Ohio. And that time will be here before you know it, y'all. So for fans and teams that are traveling, Southwest Airlines, guys, this was funny. No plug to them. I'm just letting y'all know. They have actually officially updated their policy to change the all check bags policy. So they had Southwest used to have basically you fly and you don't check your bags. You get 2 bags for free. And trust me, your girl was taking advantage of that because it was 2 bags that were checked for free and you got 2 carry-ons. So no matter where you went, you were not paying for those baggages. So last year, January, they came out that they were going to implement charge bags, like everybody else. Everybody's recuperating from the travel issues we've had during this pandemic and what have you. So they were recuperating their money, right? You know what I'm saying? They're recouping their money. It's recuperating still too. And so basically now they're like, hey, if you are going to a game, we will actually update this, and we are going to basically try to look at seeing what we can hook y'all up. Now, I don't know what that's going to look like. I'll follow up, guys, as the information updates, but that's what I have for now. All right, guys, so let's talk a little bit about some NBA news, and then we'll delve on over to March Madness. Now, Atlanta highlights tonight. Atlanta 124, Orlando 112. We saw T.I. come back in the arena and perform, and he has not missed a beat. So for all of us, Gen Xers that, were literally like around T.I.'s age, and we enjoyed him in the late 90s, early 2000s, he is back, y'all, and literally just amazing. So he performed his song. Of course, Atlanta beating Orlando. Jalen Johnson dominated with 24 points, 15 rebounds, and 13 assists, a massive triple threat for him. Paolo Banchero countered with 18 points and 10 rebounds in that loss. Excuse me. Boston 120 over Phoenix 112. Jaylen Brown exploded for 41 points, 7 rebounds, and Jason Tatum's back, y'all. 21 points to secure the win for the Celtics. I'm a big Jason fan, Duke alum. So welcome back, Jason. Of course, the New Orleans Pelicans, excuse me, 129 over the Mavs, 111. Rookie sensation Cooper Flag, another Duke alum, led the way with 21 points, 8 assists. Zion Williamson, another Duke alum, he needed Cooper there, y'all, contributed 27 points, 4 rebounds. We are glad to see it, Zion. Maybe he just needed some, reaffirmation from one of the homies. So congratulations to the Pelicans getting it done. Chicago, massive blowout. The Bulls, bull all over the Memphis Grizzlies, 132-107. Matas Buzelis has a standout night with 29 points and 7 rebounds. Golden State Warriors, you guys, you haven't seen them look too tough, but they got it done over the Washington team tonight, 125-117. Bilal Koulibaly, 21 points, 8 rebounds, and Guy Santos, 18 points, led a balanced Warriors attack. Now the Lakers eased on by Houston 100-92. LeBron James, that dude will not age, y'all. LeBron is continuing to defy age, y'all. Posting 18 points, 5 rebounds in a very defensive struggle game. Related news with the NBA. The NBA Commissioner's Office, of course, is continuing to vet Seattle and Las Vegas as primary candidates for the next round of league expansions. For you guys who don't know, excuse me, I gotta take a sip on this one. Seattle has not had a team since the Seattle Supersonics. So Seattle fans will be super excited to know if they're getting a team back. I honestly hope they do. But there you go. Oh, and by the way, this is a great plug to shout out one of our colleagues on the platform, Bo Crouch. He does some of my backdrops and stuff too. Today is his birthday. So happy birthday to him. He was on an earlier show tonight, 6 p.m. I guess he showed up on our network. But anyway, he's always here. So happy birthday to him. Huge Hawks fan, huge Seattle fan all around. Now the power rankings are like OKC is remaining at the number 1 position, while the Lakers have actually jumped to number 3 following their recent win streak. And let's not forget about my Hornets. Go Hornets. All right, look at this. Some MLB spring training news, y'all. Roster has been trimming across the boards. There's transactions and signings throughout everywhere. Teams are making final roster decisions as opening day approaches. The last 48 hours have been extremely busy. A flurry of optioning players for the minors. Significant transactions that happened within the last day, today and yesterday, that being the Los Angeles Dodgers signed Logan Allen to a minor league contract, selected the contract of 3B Santiago Espinal from AAA Oklahoma City. The Boston Red Sox have signed veteran reliever Tommy Knife to a minor league contract. And Philadelphia Phillies, Johan Rojas has begun serving an 80-game suspension for violating the MLB drug program. Y'all, so 80 games is a lot. It doesn't seem like a lot, but it's quite a chunk out of the season. And y'all do know that they test for substances all the time. So if you see someone else has been suspended for PED or what have you, like, I don't know why you keep doing it, but he's suspended. The St. Louis Cardinals optioned their Richard Fitz to a AAA Memphis. Washington Nationals optioned highly touted catcher Harry Ford to Rochester. And the Pittsburgh Pirates have had a busy day for assignments, sending Hyung Sung Lee and Carlos Caro and Abdiel Feliz to their respective minor league levels. All right, y'all. So the rest of this show, I have to make sure before I jump over here that I have not missed anything before I pop over, because it's always a lot of stuff going on. The next section of our show will be dedicated to the NCAA. It is March Madness, and we'll be talking about that. Let's see. I always like to get, like, every time I log on and log off, something else has happened. So I got to make sure I double check while you guys are on here. Matter of fact, Like I said, OKC is now 54-15. They are leading that number one spot. They're the first team in the Western Conference to clinch a guaranteed top six seed spot in the playoff tournament, the play-in tournament, that is. And so this is their ninth straight victory. The Thunder are currently the odds-on favorites for repeating as champions. CBS Sports is highlighting the early success of LA Clippers mid-season acquisition of Darius Garland. You guys know him, right? So since they traded James Harden to the Cavaliers for them, the Clippers are 34-34. Not too shabby, right? They've rallied above their 500 mark and are currently in the thick of the Western Conference play-in tournament. So the Pistons, another team, the Detroit Dominants. You guys got to remember the Pistons are literally looking like the bad boys that I used to, know, 49-19. They hold the best record right now, y'all, in the Eastern Conference, despite Boston, looking better. Detroit is there, and they are leading a big 4.0 game. So there's that. They actually beat the Wizards 130-117. Jalen Duren was absolutely dominant, posting a career high 36 points and 12 rebounds. And the worry, though, All-Star Cade Cunningham left the game, y'all, in the first half with back spasms. So he's now listed as day-to-day. So, B, that's your team. And the Wizards know rookie Bub Carrington scored season high of 30 points in that game. Charlotte Hornets get it done over the Miami Heat. I told y'all, watch out for my Hornets 30-game win, 136-106. This is a statement. Because normally the Hornets are literally, you're wondering if it's them or Atlanta that's going to be left to come into the league, into the play-in part. Well, we're making a statement. We're there. LaMelo Ball, of course, scored 30 points. Musa Diabate controlled the boards with 13 points, getting it done. New York Knicks, another big game, 136 over the Pacers at 110. The Knicks continue to look like they're the most physical team in the East. So despite the records with Detroit and even other teams, the Knicks are physical. Now, y'all remember them getting rid of Tom Thibodeau without a backup plan like last season, like during the season. I don't know. Looks like they are onto something. Josh Hart exploded for 33 points, and Karl Anthony Towns, of course, secured a double win with the 11 rebounds. San Antonio Spurs, another big game, 132 over the Kings, who had 104. 51-18. They are continuing to be on the heels of OKC, so don't get it twisted. They are right there. Despite the loss, Kings Max and Renaud had 32 points. So congratulations to them. Matchups for tonight. Steph Curry is still out with that knee injury. That game is going on right now. Golden State at Boston. 7 p.m. is that game. OKC at Brooklyn is also going on. Thunder looking for their 10th straight win. The Mavs are playing without Kyrie Irving. Of course, season ending for him. Atlanta at Dallas. That game just started here about an hour ago. And the Lakers are at Houston. That game will be starting in about 5 minutes. A massive West back for the 3rd and 4th seed. All right, guys. So I need to talk to you guys about some more news while I'm on here. So Kansas City, the Chiefs, before I move on, I almost forgot. Kansas City actually traded for Justin Fields. And my question is this: what does that look like for Kansas City? Now, there's a lot of talk. People want to know if Travis Kelce was going to come back. He said he's going to come back. Every, as they say, dog has their day. And I guess in my opinion, I'm saying every chief has their day. Kansas City was on the cusp of becoming a dynasty. They were what everybody referred to them as the team to beat. They literally were feeling like they were going to go for a three-peat, what have you. And it just didn't happen. It was like, okay, you look good, but then you don't even play like you care. It wasn't even about injuries or people missing. It was just, in my opinion, it was a lot of media hype around Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift. Travis didn't even look like he wanted to be there most times. In fact, he was dropping a lot of crucial catches that we were just like, hold on. Did Travis just drop that ball? He just didn't even move the same. Um, Justin Fields to Kansas City is a huge story, guys. This actually happened on Monday, and the details were all finalized on today. I mean, they're gonna get so out of this deal, the Jets are gonna get 2027 seventh round pick. And excuse me, they gave up that in addition to Justin Fields. They're getting a 2027 sixth round pick that they're gonna send to New York, the Jets. Fields actually has arrived in Kansas City and passed his physical today, making the trade official. Because y'all know we've already seen that with Max Crosby. Like, hey guys, you're signing and we're signing, but we need to make sure that you're able to perform. According to Adam Schefter, he actually noted that while other teams were interested, Justin actually requested specifically to be traded to Kansas City to work under Andy Reid. So highly respected Andy Reid. Justin actually asked to go there. This is the salary retention. Jets are paying $7 million of Justin's $10 million guaranteed base salary for this year coming up. The Chiefs are only on the hook, y'all, for $3 million. So they got him for dirt cheap. And they're not going to be that far behind with their salary cap. And so he's going to be unrestricted free agent after this season. What's up, J Train? How you doing? Good to see you. Thank you so much for joining me on tonight. Thank you. Please share. Of course, J Train will be with me on Friday with the Fellas. And of course, we'll celebrate his birthday month. All right. So this is big for Justin to be there. My question is this. This is all looped in with Patrick Mahomes. The primary driver for this trade is the health of Patrick Mahomes. Y'all know he's out, hurt, rehabbing from a serious knee injury, torn ACL and LCL. Like this dude is really botched up right now. This was like during the last part of the season. Matter of fact, it was December 14th when he went down with that injury. Now, the Chiefs have said he's going to be back week 1, but it's questionable about whether or not he'll be present for training camp. Excuse me. So for training camp. And in fact, it's questionable at best. By them getting Justin now, the Chiefs have actually gotten a dual threat starter who can take 100% of the first team reps during OTAs and training camp. And this gives them an opportunity to see what Justin looks like and how he's meshing with the team. This is going to ensure that the offense doesn't miss a beat while Patrick continues to recover. Speaking of recovery, I got to take a quick break. I'll be back here shortly.
Hey everyone, it's Pearson. I'm so blessed to have been crowned 2026 Miss Jabberwock, and I just want to say thank you so much to everyone who has supported me with fundraisers or just donations in general and everything, including my parents and also Sasha for using her platform and also helping me as well. Just thank you so much. All glory to God. Thank you.
All right, guys, we are back for the second half. Now, while I was out, and congratulations to you again, Pearson. While I was out, y'all, while we were on break, I need to check into some validity of some information I just looked at. Let me wrap up this plug with the Chiefs news, and then I'm going to dive into another bit of football news that I need to vet first, and then we'll go from there. All right. So, and you guys feel free to help me out because this stuff be happening like so quick. All right. So, the Chiefs basically do need Justin Fields because if not, they don't have a solid runner for quarterback, for leader, because y'all know Gardner Minshew departed in the free agency to sign with the Cardinals. This is a high upside and an insurance policy that Chiefs are cashing in on by bringing Justin Fields in. And of course, this is the mobile style of Steve Spagnuolo, scouted team in Andy Reid's playbook. Uh, Fields' tenure in New York was just short lived. Y'all, I mean, it's just been a lot around this young man. He signed a 2-year, $40 million deal with the Jets in 2025. He started 9 games, going 2 for 7, threw for 1,259 yards, 7 touchdowns, and 1 interception while rushing for 383 yards and 4 touchdowns. He was benched multiple times in favor of Tyrod Taylor before finishing the season on injury reserve with a knee injury himself. So he's not even 1,000% healthy. The Jets signaled the end of Fields' experiment last week when they traded with the Raiders to bring back Geno Smith. And that's still like it's unsettling. Chiefs Kingdom, of course, landscape has shifted with Patrick Mahomes still fighting his way back with that devastating double ligament tear. Brett Veach actually just pulled off an amazing feat for the price of a late round pick swap and just $3 million against the cap. Justin Fields is now a Chief. So think about the possibilities. Fields arguably is the most athletic runner at the position, not named Lamar Jackson. He now gets to sit in the same room as Mahomes and Andy Reid. And whether he's keeping the seat warm for week 1 or if he's going to serve as the ultimate gadget weapon later in the year, this move is going to signify that Kansas City is not leaving their 2026 title to a chance of defense. I mean, they are not going to bank on it. They're trying to be heavily offensive involved. Adam Schefter actually reported this earlier and said that Fields wanted this. He wanted the Reid system, and now he's gotten it, and he has a chance to possibly revive his career. So kudos to Justin Fields. I don't know what that's going to look like, but it's going to be definitely amazing. What's up, CJ? Oh my gosh, I literally just talked about the Jets. I've got to have CJ on here soon. Y'all remember CJ, the painkiller? I don't think he goes by that anymore, but he still will be joining me soon. Diehard Jets fan. He actually said he was happy about Geno Smith returning to New Jersey, New York. And so that's going to be interesting to see. I look forward to having CJ on soon. I have a guest on next Wednesday, but possibly I can get CJ connected here before the month is over. All right, guys. So let's talk about some news. Let me start off with one news that I need to talk about. We're going into college right now, guys. This, of course, is March Madness. But before we get into any of the madness, it's just amazing. I'm going to probably talk about this a little bit more on my Saturday show, The Legal Score, 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It's my new spinoff that I talk about sports, but then just a little bit more. No, I'm not an attorney, and none of the expressions that are relayed on here are legal advice. I'm a law student, but not an attorney. And even when I become an attorney and I continue to do this, it will still not be solicited legal advice, but just my opinions. So anyway, guys, this is the big thing. Now, there are a lot of teams that actually have really good talent. Now, my first story is about guard Aiden Holloway, star athlete, just had a huge NIL deal signed, ready to go, ready to get his money, and then has an issue with law enforcement. 2.1 pounds of marijuana found in a backpack, suitcase, and other places in his residence. Now, I get that, these kids, they're not going to be perfect by a long shot. He has been removed from campus because of this. This is according to a statement from UA Athletics yesterday. And he will not be playing in the Crimson Tide's first round NCAA tournament. So, Hang on, let's see. CJ says this is a great move for both teams. Fields will have a chance to sit and be coached. Let's go, SJU. Yeah. So anyway, when teams actually have their big stars getting ready to come up and play these positions, and now all of a sudden you're not going to be playing because you have now gotten into this trouble, you will sit, and it's just really, really weird. All right, hang on, guys. So this show may be a little all over the place because it's still breaking news popping off, and I gotta make sure I tell y'all this because it's hilarious. So y'all know I was just talking about Max Crosby like a minute ago. So according to The Rush with Max Crosby, his podcast, he says that the Baltimore Ravens flew him on a commercial flight with regular people instead of a private jet, and then he had to drive 2 hours after the flight to get there. Y'all, this was hilarious. They had no respect for him off the rip. Um, I don't know. That's really hilarious. All right, so let's talk about these March Madness. Now, the last national title by an SEC team belonged to Georgia in 2022, Alabama in 2020. There's a football stat. But now we are looking at March Madness, which is their basketball. The interesting thing is, of course, my guys are number one. But if you have been filling out these brackets, this is upset city. This is the time when, you know, lower seeds like nothing to do better than take down the top contenders. So we got a lot of teams that March Madness is about to kick off right now. We got a lot of teams that are going to be coming up against each other now. The first four playing today and tomorrow. First round actually kicking off March 19th. By the way, happy heavenly birthday to my grandmother. Her birthday will be on the 19th. And then the final four is listed for April 4th and 6th. Top seeds teams, of course, Duke and UConn for the women. Like we are seeing the same faces, guys, as we've seen before. Matchup highlights are number 4 Arkansas versus number 13 Hawaii for the Western region. Number 7 Miami versus number 10 Missouri. And for the Eastern region, we got number 1 Duke versus number 16 Siena. Midwest region, of course, number 7 Kentucky. Y'all remember those Wildcats versus number 10 Santa Clara. And other key matchups of number 5 Michigan versus number 4 Texas A&M, and number 1 Houston versus number 8 Gonzaga. The women's tournament highlights have number 1 UConn versus number 16 TSA, and number 3 Ohio State versus number 14 Howard. A lot of those lower seeded teams are seeing their debut here. Number 6 Notre Dame versus number 11 Fairfield. These are all the brackets being filled out. I'm not personally doing one for the women's. I am only doing one for the guys. But the big news from Duke, guys, devastating news, of course. Caleb Foster, the guard, is out for the season with a fractured foot. Additionally, center Patrick Njogba is not expected to play Thursday versus Siena. Louisville star Mikael Brown, the guard, is out for at least the first weekend with a back injury. UCLA gets some positive news. Donovan Dent, his calf, and Tyler Ballado, the knee, are expected to play Friday versus UCF. Now, UConn Silas DeMary is questionable with an ankle sprain, and he is getting ready to have some images done. Those results are pending. I mean, guys, this is just what we look at as far as all the teams are going. All the teams are going. And some people don't have a dog in the fight. And this is what happens. And speaking of, Holloway just got arrested for Alabama. They are looking to make a significant impact in the playoffs. But he got arrested Monday after they found this marijuana during a narcotic search at a Tuscaloosa residence. Now, I don't know what tipped them off, but for him to have that amount of marijuana in his room, I don't know. Is that enough to consider that you are selling or distribution? I don't know. I don't really know what the Alabama laws are for that. That's why I said I'm going to look into it and probably talk about that a little bit more on Saturday, at my 4 p.m. show, because that is very interesting to look at, to see that, number one, that you kept it there, like anybody could have had it, and number two, that it was such a significant amount. But like I said, I don't know if 2 pounds is considered a significant amount for one person or not. I don't, indulge in that. Maybe some of y'all that are listening can drop the comments. Even if you don't drop them now, maybe when the show is over, you can drop those comments. But just a lot of interesting things. Of course, UNC is still in there. Chapel Hill, the Tar Heels, they have a Caleb that has been injured, but they're still pulling up, showing up, and getting things done. And so it's going to be interesting to see what all that looks like after the fact. Let's see here. We got about 15 minutes left to go. And so I'm going to try to make sure that we talk about this a little bit more going in. Of course, people got the brackets. Some people have their brackets that Arizona is going to win it all. Most people think that that Duke will still win it. I'm personally a Duke fan, so I'm definitely thinking that. I filled out my brackets. But you got to think about it. Is it going to be Duke, Arizona, Michigan, or Florida? Like, those are some of the top contenders for the Big East. Now, who is coming out of the East region? You got Duke, Siena, Ohio State, TCU, St. John's, and then you're going to start getting into teams that were just like, what? Northern Iowa, Kansas, of course, a repeat, Cal Baptist, Louisville, of course, South Florida, Michigan State, North Dakota State, UCLA, UCF, UConn, and Furman. Now, UConn is the number 2 seed, and Duke is the number 1 seed. The number 3 seed, of course, is Michigan State. And so everybody wants to know which team is coming out of the East. Now, Miami of Ohio has slid all the way down to the number 6. Right now, you got even teams such as Boise State, Stanford, Belmont, Miami, Ohio, let's be clear, Northwestern and Yale, and even Wake Forest, California, and Grand Canyon, the Christian University, are still in these playoffs. It's so weird because you don't know what to expect. Villanova's still in there, and a lot of these tournaments actually have glimpses of tournaments from the past. So if you're getting an opportunity, fill out those brackets. It's all for fun, of course. But do you guys think that VCU will upset North Carolina, the number 11 seed versus the number 6 seed? Do you guys think that's possible? Or will it be number 12 Akron over number 5 Texas Tech? Number 10 UCF over number 7 UCLA. That one may be hard to call because those two rankings are very close. Number 10 Missouri over number 7 Miami. I don't know. It's one of those things. Like, number 9 is St. Louis over number 8 UGA. Now, I gotta get my little mouse here. UGA is one of those teams that you're just like, okay, this is good. This is happening. We're here. Then you got number 11 SMU, Miami, Ohio over number 6 Tennessee. Number 11 Texas over North Carolina State. Could be the Wolfpack over number 6 BYU. If it is State, I'm rooting for them. And then High Point. Shout out to High Point. Number 12, the private university over number 5, Wisconsin. Like, everybody is here and everybody's sneaky good at the last minute. So you just don't know. Then you got number 10, Santa Clara. Could they possibly upset those Wildcats? Number 7, Kentucky. Hofstra, I haven't seen them in a little bit. Number 13 over number 4, Alabama. And of course, with that big news of the arrest on campus, and he's one of their big contributors to the team. Alabama may be eliminated early on. I mean, you heard it here first. And the Holloway legal issues are huge. So I could see that upset coming just because for two reasons. Number one, you don't have his contribution for the team. And number two, I'm sure he has friends on their team that are either so stressed out about the arrest or possibly friends enough to him to be worried about, forthcoming other things that may stem from his arrest, that those guys are not going to be in the right headspace for that game. So that game could be on upset alert. Then you got number 12, McNeese, over number 5, Vandy. Will Vandy go down? And then number 11, South Florida, over number 6, Louisville. Missouri and South Florida guys, for real, are most likely not going to be upset. They probably were really happy. Akron, High Point, and South Florida are possibly rumored to be on upset alert as well. And 8 out of 9 games on the ones I just listed are really not legit upsets because the rankings are so close if you think about it. And you got to look at what teams have these other teams played in their respective conferences that they got the rankings that they got. So I don't know. People want Duke to go down because they're just Duke haters, but hopefully that doesn't happen, especially with the hands of Sienna. A very new thing. So let's look at some closing stuff here as we get ready to wrap up. I just want to make sure I've covered everything before I hop off. In fact, every Wednesday going forward, I'm going to use my last probably 10 minutes to go over any breaking news that has possibly occurred while I was on live or that I just missed some kind of way. And then I want to tell you guys about it before it all goes down. Congratulations to Logan Wilson. He officially announced his retirement from the NFL. This is from Bengals Life, guys. He made clutch plays in key forces on defense. And he actually has announced his retirement as of today from the NFL. And let's see, we got some more stuff. Wow. I know this is not true. So it looks like Greg Olson may temporarily reclaim Fox's number 1 spot after Tom Brady's $375 million deal basically caused his demotion. I'm going to have to follow up on that, guys, because I had not heard about that. And I want to know your thoughts on Kyler Murray going to Minnesota. Have they really given up on JJ McCarthy? Are we too far behind to grab them back? Also, Darius Slayer's retiring from the NFL. Got a championship with the Eagles. He announced his retirement on social media. I guess, people are saying he may retire as a Buffalo Bill and all this, that, and the third, but he is like Eagles or a bust and looks like, looks like Greg Olson will be back in that number 1 spot. This is weird because I guess people got money hungry and they weren't able to solidify what they needed to as far as the deals, but he's going to be going back. All right. The Steelers are trading with Jacksonville for Brian Thomas Jr. That happened a couple of weeks back. And let me see. I already told you guys about the big news. The Panthers getting the Eagles' A.J. Dillon. And the Broncos are trading for Jalen Waddle. Now, y'all know Mr. Waddle, Mr. Duck himself out of the Dolphins. Dolphins are cleaning house after they got rid of Coach down there because it's just like, wait a minute. Everybody is out. So Broncos are trading for wide receiver Jalen Waddle. They're going to be getting him and a 2026 4th-round pick. The Dolphins are getting the Broncos 2026 1st-round pick, y'all, which they're picking number 30 because y'all know they were almost Super Bowl champs. And they're getting a 3rd-round pick, and they're getting a 4th-round pick. And so that is going to be huge. Tyreek Hill signing with the New England Patriots is also big news. You guys know about all of that. And T.Y. Hilton, I almost said it wrong, guys. The former Pro Bowler from the Colts is now announcing his retirement from the NFL after 11 seasons. He's 36 years old, caught 638 passes for 9,812 yards and 53 touchdowns in 146 career games. Hilton is a four-time Pro Bowler, 2014 through 2017, and a one-time NFL receiving yards leader in 2016. He last played in the NFL in 2022 for the Cowboys. So T.Y. Hilton has retired, guys. And by the way, Darius Slay has actually been in the league for 13 seasons. So a lot of people retiring, moving about. I'm trying to make sure I got everything. Christian Kirk, the former Texan, has signed with the 49ers. Carl Taylor Britt has signed from the Bengals with the Colts. And I think that is all I have for right now. Of course, the Aaron Rodgers crap is still hanging around, trying to see if he's going to sign or not. And I think that's pretty much it. I will say this. The Buccaneers have also, I still can't get over them letting Mike Evans go to the Yay area. They're signing Alex Anzalone from the Lions. That news came out last week as well. And let's see. I think that's all we have for now. You guys know Teddy Bridgewater is going to the Lions. There's also just a lot of moving around, and still will be moving around even after this show commences to end for today. So you guys just make sure that you stay tuned on our network because we do have a lot of stuff going on. Dolphins return. They're signing Jarvis Landry. Let's see. Hang on. He's been out of the league since 2022. He's looking to make a return with the Dolphins. Of course, the former Browns wide receiver. We have not heard about him. I literally forgot all about him. He's looking to come back, make some comebacks. Jeez. Let's see. I think I got everything for now. As soon as I sign off, I know it'll be more stuff. But there is one piece of news I wanted to end out on because I do want to, and I literally took a picture of this so that I could make sure I talked about it. This is it. Give me a second, guys. I may have to actually look this one up. All right, so this news, and then I'm going to switch it back positive, and then we'll hop off of here. Rex Culpepper, the son of former NFL defensive tackle Brad Culpepper, tragically passed away after a dirt bike accident here in Georgia this week. 28 years old, very sad. Actually, he passed on Saturday. It was just really sad. Syracuse University, of course, confirmed this. The thing that really gets there is Rex was actually known far beyond this. His dad, that's who I'm speaking about. He was a cancer survivor. Got the Courage Award for that. And this particular news with, excuse me, my apologies. Rex himself had survived cancer, y'all. In 2018, while he was a quarterback, you guys will remember that he was a quarterback at Syracuse. He was diagnosed with testicular cancer. Like, that's been 7 years ago. So he's only 28. So he's 21 when that occurred. He got a Courage Award for undergoing 100 hours of aggressive chemotherapy. He famously participated in Syracuse's spring games while still undergoing treatment. He led a touchdown drive that became a legendary moment in school history, and he was declared cancer-free in June of 2018. He played for Syracuse from 2016 through 2020, played in 30 games, both as a quarterback and a tight end, and threw for over 1,500 yards and 11 touchdowns. Before his stardom at Syracuse, he was a star player at Plant High School in Florida, Tampa, Florida, to be exact. And his dad, of course, Brad Culpepper, played 9 seasons with the Vikings and the Buccaneers and the Bears. And his mom is Monica Culpepper. But they were known to fans of the reality TV show Survivor. It's really sad because Rex had actually just gotten engaged to his longtime girlfriend, Savannah, less than a month ago. After he followed football in his father's footsteps towards the law, he graduated from Stetson University College of Law and had recently begun working as an attorney at Morgan & Morgan in Tampa. Wow, I did not even know that. So very sad news with them, but definitely thoughts and prayers out for the Culpepper family and for his sweet Savannah, who is clearly just grieved, and for his colleagues at Morgan & Morgan. So with that, I'm just going to double check to make sure I don't have anything else, and then I'm going to hop off of here and make sure you guys join us right here on this network. We have stuff all the time, everything you can think of. And of course, the big news, big trades are always coming around. And we will bring it here to you first. I'll be on live Friday at 9 p.m. with Friday with the Fellas, and Saturday with the Legal Score as well for more news on some of the stuff we talked about tonight. All right, guys, I hope with that you have an amazing night. Thanks for the likes, loves, and shares, and stay tuned for the re-air. Good night.